you've been lied to. For the last 18 months, the entire golf world has been sold a single, comforting story, that the war is over. We were told that the merger between the PGA Tour and the Saudi Public Investment Fund was a done deal, that the poaching was finished, and that the days of waking up to find your favorite player had defected to the other side were gone. They told us peace had arrived. But if you look at what is happening behind closed doors right now, you'll realize that peace was just a stalling tactic. The talks are stalled. The money is still flowing. And while the cameras were focused on handshake agreements that never happened, LIV Golf has been quietly preparing for its most aggressive rating season yet. We aren't talking about signing retired legends looking for a pension anymore. We are talking about current champions, disgruntled superstars, and the very future of the PGA Tour. The whispers are getting louder, and the checkbooks are opening wider than ever before. From the disgruntled European superstar calling out his own commissioner to the package deal duo that could bankrupt the PGA Tour's talent pool, the next wave of departures isn't just a rumor. It's a ticking time bomb. And when it explodes, the landscape of professional golf won't just change. It might collapse entirely. Here's the truth about who is packing their bags for LIV next. Most people are looking for the biggest name on the billboard, but the smartest moves LIV Golf makes are the ones that bleed the PGA Tour of its depth, the guys who actually win tournaments. And right now, all signs point to a massive blow coming from a player most fans didn't realize was even shopping around. Reports surfacing in December 2024 have placed four-time PGA Tour winner Si-Woo Kim in advanced discussions to join the rival league for the 2026 season. Now, you might not think of Kim as a needle mover like Bryson DeChambeau, but don't let the lack of headlines fool you. This is a strategic assassination of the PGA Tour's roster. Kim is currently a top 50 player in the world. He's young, he's consistent, and he has a resume that includes the Players' Championship, the supposed fifth major. Losing a player like this is a nightmare for the PGA Tour. Why? Because while the PGA Tour is busy fighting legal battles and trying to satisfy the top 1% like Tiger and Rory, specifically to bolster LIV's global appeal before the 2026 season kicks off. If Kim goes, he isn't leaving because he's washed up, he's leaving because he sees the writing on the wall. And if a player with his consistency and age is walking out the door, it signals to every other locker room pro that the ship might be sinking faster than they thought, is the nuclear option. There is one name that keeps the PGA Tour executives awake at night, not because he needs the money, but because he seems to genuinely despise the way the current tour is being run. That name is Viktor Hovland. Hovland is a unique case in this entire saga. Unlike the guys who left for the paycheck, Hovland has been brutally honest about why he stayed, and it wasn't out of loyalty. He stayed because he didn't think the LIV product was good enough yet. He openly criticized the shotgun starts and the no-cut format, saying it wouldn't make him a better golfer. But, and this is a massive but, he saved his harshest words for the PGA Tour leadership. In late 2024 and early 2025, Hovland's rhetoric shifted. He has publicly accused PGA Tour management of arrogance and treating players like labor rather than partners. When a top 5 player in the world starts sounding like a union boss preparing for a strike, you have to pay attention. The rumors surrounding Hovland have reignited because the merger talks he was waiting for have gone nowhere. He wanted transparency, and he got silence. The scary part for the tour is that Hovland has explicitly stated that he might look back in 20 years and regret not taking the LIV offer. That is the language of a man who is reconsidering his options. He's already seen his Ryder Cup teammates like Jon Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton go over and thrive. He's seen that their games didn't fall apart. If Hovland moves, it won't be a quiet exit. It will be a total rejection of the PGA Tour's current model. We aren't just watching a player chase a check. We are watching a superstar who is tired of being lied to. And with LIV's format slowly evolving and their strength of field improving, the one excuse Hovland had for staying, competition, is evaporating every single day. But while Hovland is a lone wolf, the next threat comes in a pair. In the world of high-stakes negotiations, leverage is everything. And no two players have squeezed the PGA Tour harder for leverage than Patrick Cantlay and Schauffele. They are best friends, training partners, and according to almost every insider in the game, a package deal. If one goes, the other follows. For the last 2 years, these two have been at the center of the most intense speculation. It was reported that they turned down massive offers in 2023. But the rumors haven't died, they've just gone underground. And recently, the smoke has started to rise again. Both players have had seasons in 2025 that, by their lofty standards, fell below expectations. They missed cuts in majors they expected to contend in, and the frustration on their faces has been visible. Then came the withdrawals. When high-profile players start pulling out of Tiger Woods' own event, the Hero World Challenge, or skipping mandatory meetings, it usually signals a disconnect. Rumors are swirling that the merger delay has frustrated Cantlay specifically, who sits on the policy board and has seen how the sausage is made. He knows the numbers. He knows exactly what the PIF, Public Investment Fund, can offer. The theory here is simple. Cantlay and Schauffele are waiting for the perfect moment to maximize their value. With the PGA Tour struggling to maintain viewership and the peace treaty looking shaky, their departure would be the death knell for the Tour's American dominance. Losing two top 10 Americans in their prime is something the Tour cannot survive. LIV Golf knows this. They know that landing these two doesn't just give them great golfers. It breaks the PGA Tour's political spine. The offer on the table is likely not just cash anymore. It's probably equity, control, and the freedom to run their own team exactly how they want. But while the Americans are playing politics, LIV is looking east for its biggest financial coup. If you want to understand LIV Golf's long-term strategy, you have to look at the map. Their goal isn't just to win Florida, it's to own the global game. And there is one player who holds the key to the entire Asian market, Hideki Matsuyama. For 3 years, the number $400 million has been attached to Matsuyama's name. That is the rumored figure LIV was willing to pay to get him. Until now, Hideki has stayed loyal, largely due to the prestige of the majors and his desire to win specifically on the US Tour. But the landscape in 2025 is different. LIV has been aggressively recruiting Asian talent, signing players to fill out the ironheads and creating a pipeline that bypasses the PGA Tour entirely. The pressure on Matsuyama is mounting. He is watching young Japanese and Korean players get massive offers to skip the grind he endured. The rumors are heating up again that LIV is preparing a final offer for Matsuyama, one that goes beyond just a signing bonus. We are talking about team ownership of an all-Asian franchise that would effectively monopolize golf interest in Japan. Recent reports suggest that LIV is desperate to lock down a global icon before the 2026 season to secure new broadcasting rights in Asia. Hideki fits the bill perfectly. He's quiet, he's private, and he doesn't get involved in the drama, which actually makes him the perfect LIV recruit. He wouldn't have to do the media circus. He would just have to show up, play golf, and cash the biggest check in sports history. With the PGA Tour's presence in Asia dwindling and LIV's footprint growing, the argument for Hideki to stay is getting weaker. If he decides to take the money and become the face of Asian golf for the next decade, the PGA Tour loses millions of viewers overnight. But sometimes, the players who say no the loudest are the ones you need to watch the closest. Wyndham Clark was one of the breakout stars of the last few years, winning the US Open and proving he could take down the giants. When LIV came knocking last year, he publicly turned them down. He said the words that every PGA Tour executive prayed for: "I chose my legacy over LIV." It was a great soundbite. It made him a hero for the establishment. But let's look at what has happened since then. Clark's 2025 season has been rocky. There have been controversies, temper tantrums, and a level of inconsistency that often plagues players after a breakout year. And in the world of professional golf, legacy doesn't pay the bills when you start missing cuts. The rumor mill is buzzing that Clark's no was actually a not right now. He admitted he took the meetings. He admitted he was interested in what they brought to the table. When a player admits they sat down with the rival league, the door never fully closes. Now that he has a major title in his pocket, he has a 5-year exemption. That means he can go to LIV and still play in the majors, the exact legacy insurance policy he needed. We've seen this script before with Jon Rahm. Rahm pledged his loyalty until the moment the offer became too good to refuse. Clark fits the same profile. A fierce competitor who feels he deserves to be paid like a top-tier superstar. If the PGA Tour's financial promises from the private equity deal don't materialize in his bank account soon, don't be shocked if Clark's legacy suddenly includes a team captaincy on LIV. And finally, we have to talk about one of the most beloved figures in the sport, who finds himself at a dangerous crossroads. Rickie Fowler is more than a golfer. He is a brand. For a decade, he was the face of the youth movement. But 2024 and 2025 have been brutal for Rickie. He's struggled to find form, he's parted ways with longtime sponsors like TaylorMade, and he's undergoing a transformative period with new equipment and a new approach. When you see a player in his mid-30s stripping down his game and changing his gear, it's usually a sign of desperation. He is searching for answers. And LIV Golf offers the ultimate answer: guaranteed money and a lighter schedule. Fowler has always been a voice for unity. He recently spoke about wanting the tours to come together, but his close friendship with the LIV roster is well documented. He's vacationed with them, he practices with them, and he sees how happy they are. With his game in flux and his ability to contend on the grueling PGA Tour schedule in question, Rickie is the prime candidate for a career lifeboat move. LIV would sign him in a heartbeat, not because he's going to win 5 times a year, but because the fans love him. He brings a casual, cool demographic that LIV is desperate to capture. For Fowler, the move makes too much sense. He gets to extend his career, play with his friends, and stop stressing about the cut line every Friday afternoon. The rumors of him joining a team like Smash GC or Crushers GC refuse to go away because the fit is just too perfect. So what does all this mean? It means the civil war of golf isn't cooling down. It's just entering a new, more dangerous phase. The PGA Tour is banking on history and legacy to keep its players. LIV Golf is banking on reality. They are betting that players like Siwoo Kim, Viktor Hovland, and Patrick Cantlay are tired of the politics and ready for the payout. If even half of the names on this list make the jump in 2025, the balance of power will shift permanently. We aren't just watching transfers. We are watching the dismantling of the old guard, one contract at a time. The only question left isn't if another star will leave. It's who will be the first to break the silence this time. And when they do, remember, you heard the rumors here first. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these players do you think is actually going to make the jump? Is it Hovland with his frustration, or Cantlay with his leverage? Drop a comment below with your prediction. We read every single one. And if you want to stay ahead of the news that the mainstream media tries to hide, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started.